Welcome back to Rile Up. I'm Dan. This is Andrew in the corner. I'm a collector and a seller. He's a player. We are two sides of the same fleshy coin. And today we're starting with a box opening, or a case opening, I guess. Primarily, we got a heck of a news week. I honestly didn't think we were gonna have so much to talk about. So I'm gonna try. We're gonna kind of rush through this one a little bit. Well, rush for my speed, I guess. I take forever to open things. I like to look, and normally though, this is my second case of the week, so
I'm fairly certain I could open up a whole case in the time you open a box.
Yeah, well, you gotta look. You gotta appreciate the art. These artists spend so much time drawing tea and biscuits on these cards, and you're just over there ignoring them. It's real disappointing. But I mean, actually, before we get too far into the wide range of topics, lots of big events this week currently going on in like Hobie and upcoming events. Let's just talk about Monarch first real quick. It's not going to change too much from what I said Monday, but let me pull up the card hunt here. Where are you is? Oh yeah, normally. All right, I guess we're gonna move you up this way. Oh, that looks perfect framing, but let's make it bigger. The big eight don't really change. This is pretty much everything over. I got them. How's that gonna work? We're just gonna deal with that. All right. These big eight, they kind of rotate around in position, but the Solana, of course, is the big catch at $250. Valiant Dynamo, currently the number 2 at 180. Actually, up from Monday. It was at 175, and now it's at 180.
Wild.
Wow, big moves. Phantasmal Footsteps sitting at 175. Herald of Erudition, which I've opened one of in each of the last 3 cases. So expect a 4th one. I don't know. I just keep getting them and I sell them. They sell for $95. Then Carrion Husk rolls in at $90. Lumina Ascension, the extended art, at $62. Mark of the Beast at $55. Vestige of Soul at $54. And everything else is like $30 and below. So nothing too crazy. But but Mon First has been wild. I mean, cases as a whole have been wild. The unboxes these last couple weeks as collectors have re-entered the market. Poor Rosetta never stood a chance. Every case is gone.
Dude, so I got a story about that. I thought we were getting some more Rosetta. I was in the shop on Sunday. And I was looking over there. He was already sold out of the hunted. And so I was like, okay, I'm not going to be able to get any hunted. That sucks. And I look, he's got 2 unopened boxes of Rosetta and 1 opened one with some boosters taken out of it. And he's like, oh yeah, I can't get any of that at distro either. So then just yesterday, he's like, yeah, well, I was able to put in that order. And then this morning, he told us that it was an inventory error on PhD's side or something. So he isn't actually getting any more hunted or Rosetta at all, at least not yet. And I'm devastated.
I mean, Rosetta is probably my favorite set to open at this point. I mean, I think I did 12 cases of it on stream.
I mean, it's so good. It's really, really good. And I mean, people were talking in Wall Street the other day about, why is the Rosetta Thorn $1,000, where meanwhile the other cards that are supposedly that rare like slip through the cracks or something, or like not even touching it. And like maybe Rosetta's more rare, I'm not really sure, but like that art on the back, man, it's like the whole thing is just freaking crazy. It's so good. Like the collectors are back, possibly just because of a Rudy video, but they're gonna stay because of cards like Rosetta Thorn.
Yeah, Rosetta Thorn is gorgeous. I really like it. I mean, Slip Through the Cracks. I mean, is it that much? I mean, it's a bit different than like the promo when they handed out, and then
Well, also
I don't
take
know.
into account Rosetta Thorn is banned. You can't even play with that card unless you're in an LL tournament.
Well, that's true, but it
So
just looks
that's
so
pure collectors.
Yeah, I mean, but it's what, a 1 in 220 case pull,
Yeah,
and
something like
yeah,
that.
case, not even box, 220 case pull, and yeah, it's just wild. But I mean, it's very unique, right? I think the problem with like Slip Through the Cracks is there's three of them that really aren't that much different. Maybe if they would have went like completely different with the art, then they might have had a better chance at it. But I'm not thinking it's gonna do. It's not gonna do too hot. And Slip Through the Cracks. I mean, it did what, like 5 wins in all of RTN. So
Yeah, something like that. I mean, I always think that that's just due to like a lot of this stuff has to do with popularity. Like obviously Aurora's the best deck. We might get around to talking about it later. I actually was I was excited about Battle Hardened Taipei because there is a Reinar who got 5th. But the craziest part about that top 8 was there was like 6, I think it
yes,
was 6 Auroras.
yeah. I mean, and we talk about how different like regions have different favorites. Asia goes hard on Aurora. it's it's pretty crazy over there.
Well, another thing that I noticed, I found kind of funny, they just don't like to play blues. Like the best Aurora deck was the one that had the fewest blues. The Syndra deck didn't play any blues, or I think it has a couple, but like not that many. And I just think like, man, if somebody would pick up Jarl there, they might be in for a wild ride. But
Yeah.
that's exactly what Reinar did to him. That's pretty cool that he got top 8. He doesn't get top 8s very often.
Rouse the Ancients, the first Majestic of the months. I found it funny that between like Taipei and Charlotte, only one hunted hero. I'm not even like just like one, like all Syndras, just a single Syndra made it in. The poor hunted heroes just aren't really making much of a splash at the moment.
Well, I just think that this game is so varied that it's like, okay, we get it. Aurora's S tier and popular, so she's probably going to be in most top 8s, except for whatever reason, not Battle Hardened Charlotte, right? Even though there was 6 of them in Taipei. So I mean, you can only have 8 heroes at a time.
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
I do think that's partially regional, right? Like that's just regional meta is almost as important as like overall game meta. And I mean, Auroras are going to show up everywhere, but not to the degree that like Asia has them showing up. Hair limb for limb.
I tell you what, I do think Rouse the Ancients is going to go up after we get Mastery Pack. Because Guardian is pretty much the only deck that will use that, but if they make Valda with a whole bunch of like high power cards, she's probably going to want to have a go again.
Yeah, there's a lot of the upcoming heroes are gonna make a ridiculous splash. We talked a little bit about that in the band restricted last week, but it really just seems like they talked about it. They put out an article about it as well. Like Terra is just being set up to dominate, right? Like
In Blitz, yeah, he's
Blitz, yeah.
pretty good.
And it is interesting that they're. I mean, who else is fatigue? I guess that's where I went. Who else in Blitz right now is decent?
Yoji.
Yoji. Yeah, so we've got two big fatigue decks, and I don't know. I don't know if they're trying to slow down Blitz a little bit, but if anything's gonna do it, it's gonna be this.
Something is going on with your mic.
Is
Might
it?
want to bring it closer to you. I think
Oh,
it's
is it?
whenever you're backing away from it. Way better. Yeah. Try not to bring your face away from it so far. What you were doing. Oh man, a foil bolting blade. I love that card, even though it's not good.
Oh, where's it at on the spreadsheet?
Not.
No, that means it's less than $4. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. We're not getting the excitement we got last case. So, I mean, these cases, while Rosetta and Outsiders and Dynasty are all flying up in value, or in cost, not value, in cost. The value has stayed the same pretty consistently over the last couple months, but the cost of seals has skyrocketed. But despite the fact that the EV for Mon First is sitting around $300, cases are 200 a pop. And I think in the last case I opened, I hit that $300 mark within the first 2 boxes.
I know what's happening here with your sound problem. You're opening the packs too close to the mic, and it's picking up the crinkling more than your voice.
Oh no. Okay. Well, maybe I don't think I've ever had that problem before. That's interesting.
No, it's new. It just took me a second to figure out what it actually was, because something was definitely happening.
Yeah, very strange. But yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I blew a lot of luck in the last couple cases. We'll see. But I've been hitting about what the EVs are. So I mean, that just means I'm basically printing $200 every time I open a case, which is a little silly.
Well, hopefully.
I'm just gonna keep buying them until someone else catches on, I guess.
It's a good thing we're not popular. No one will
Right?
know and start buying Monarch first. Which is hilarious considering the Mon to 1K fiasco years ago. And I'm just realizing that my voice sounds super weird. I am sick, so we'll just have to deal with that.
Yeah, sinus, just a minor sinus infection. No.
Yeah, ooh, a cold foil! Hell yeah! This is my favorite card.
That's a heck of a... Okay.
Good for you. I love that card. You gotta see if you can get it on the camera, right? It is just super metal.
I got this one on... Oh, let's see. What was this? 90 or 95? I don't have the spreadsheet.
Oh, let me pop it in. Actually, I think the total's off screen because I already put in the Rouse the Ancients and it's not showing up.
Oh, it moved. Okay, yeah, give me a sec here. Oh, ooh, there we go. It catches it there.
Well, that's the end of it. It still needs to move.
No, I meant the cold foil. I got the cold foil catch. Let me move this. Why did that change? Okay. I still think it makes sense.
Carrying Husk in box 1. And honestly, only like 3 or 4 packs in, we could hit another cold foil.
Right?
These boxes are total lottery tickets. You never really know. Sometimes you only get one. Like most times you only get one. I've had a 0 cold foil box before, but then there's also the 2 cold foil box. It happens, especially whenever you. I don't know if it's the actual odds or what, but it always feels like it's more likely to hit a cold foil again if you open it out of like the top.
Come on. But we're what? Not even half a box in, and we're already paid for half the case.
I can't believe the case is only $200. I mean, I know that people got burned by Monarch, and I guess people hate it. I mean, I don't know. I think it's just because people are way too competitive about the game and don't just try to appreciate it for what it is sometimes. Because it's like, sure, Levia and Bolton are not the best decks in the format, but they're still pretty fun, and I bet they're probably cheap to put together right now as well. And then Chain is banned, but we've got the new Prism that you could use these Prism cards for. You could always use Vincent for some of these cards, even though I don't really think she uses that many of them.
Hey, second foil Majestic already.
And another one that is not on the list.
Well, yeah. I mean, Mutated Mass, I think non-foil is like 18 cents or 23 cents. I don't know. It fluctuates around. But, yeah. Oh, well. It'll go in the vault.
It sucks that the Galaxy Black alternate art's only 35. I really want them to do something to make Galaxy Black playable. Like, mostly it's nice that there's an alternate art, and I for one loved Ivy in Soul Calibur, so I think the whole chain whip sword thing is very cool. Like, they should do something to make that more viable. In Living Legend, I guess. You know, give Chain a specialization that does something with Galaxy Black. Who knows?
I was really happy to see, Vincent hit, what, the 5th spot in Charlotte?
Yes.
So, finally, my large investment started to pay off. Surely. It's already doubled and tripled, so, like, it did pay off. But, like, more so. I want more monies.
Yeah, I mean, the widespread, it's got 2 widespread annihilation, 3 destruction, and 3 ruin. So, I mean, I was wrong. I thought widespread annihilation was the best one, but apparently they use it the least because it's the hardest to cast. Which is crazy to me because I think surgical extraction is the hardest to cast in Assassin too, but I still play it. I mean, it banishes a card from hand. I mean, well, this is the person that they're in the top 8, not me. So, yeah. I suppose 2 works.
Celestial Cataclysm.
Cataclysm. That is way down at the bottom, but it is $5.
Woo!
Crack that 3rd digit.
$100.99. Oh man, we're hitting Costco prices. So.
I was sad. I actually saw my Costco membership finally expired. So I hadn't used it, and I wasn't paying for it since I don't live close to one anymore. But it still felt like a I don't know, like you know, time is moving on type of feeling.
Yeah, I'm on a family plan from an employee. I am the son. I am the 4th son of a Dun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I got that for free. And then, I mean, I actually still pay, even though I don't live by Sam's Club, I still have my Sam's membership just because it gives you free shipping on a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh so, yeah, well, I mean, Walmart's trying to compete with Amazon. They'll ship stuff on Sam's Club all the time now.
Yeah, so I love it. I mean, I use it for, well, I mean, anything I would buy dry in bulk is anything I would buy at Sam's Club anyway. So I really, my order hasn't changed. It just now shows up at my doorstep and I don't have to go anywhere. So it's pretty nice. Ooh, Herald.
We were just talking about how Bolton isn't playable, but I still bet that those foil Take Flights sell pretty well. Because Take Flight is probably his most playable card from this set. Outside of like the rares or the like Beacon and stuff, you know.
Yeah, I was actually just thinking, how crazy would it be if, because you know we're expecting Mon 3 to show up as the next set. How funny would it be if High Seas ends up being Mon 3?
No, that's not gonna happen. I'm just such a.
I know. I'd find that as that'd make sense.
I actually would think it would be pretty awesome if they like were to say like, oh, this is the set that's coming, and then like do some kind of media blitz where something happens and, you know, like something tears through the portal early and they end up saying like, surprise, this is actually the set after next. This set is this, you know, like just to do some kind of in the real world fake out. So I mean, they are wrestling fans. They do like to bring some showmanship, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's I kind of like what the hell. Ooh, Shadow Blossom.
That is
I don't know.
not over 5 or 4.
No, no, it's not over 20 cents. But um, like, did you like Walking Dead? The comics. Their big fake out was to surprise everyone that the series was ending. They put out fake covers in all the Diamond previews, so like shops could still pre-order it, and no one knew ahead of time that it was ending.
Wow. I
Yeah.
can't believe they kept that under wraps, to be honest.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. Ooh, that actually looks pretty. That's a pretty sweet looking foil. I don't like that one. Looks like a Zergling in the background.
Yeah, it does. Like a Hydralisk.
Yeah, yeah. But
That's the third blue Howl from Beyond you've pulled.
I know. I mean, I had 2 in the same pack.
I like a red Howl from Beyond in my chain deck, just one, because it's like it's definitely underrate because you got to pay 2 to get 3+ on it, but it is playable from Banish, and then like in certain games you would probably just put it back with Unholy Rites. I love Deadwood Rumbler. I just wish it blocked.
Yeah. Oh, Liv is asking, how good is Arcanic Crackle for Aurora? Question face.
I don't know. I think Arcanic Crackle is okay. I think Arcanic Crackle actually, you know where I think Arcanic Crackle will shine is in Commoner now, because they unbanned Ball Lightning in Commoner, and that increases the damage that attack action cards do, no matter what kind of damage. So if you Ball Lightning and then finish up the chain with an Arcanic Crackle, it's got 2 arcane on it essentially. So I mean, depending on your build, I think it could be fine. Nourishing Emptiness. That's nice.
Toss that on. I sold all the ones from the case I opened Monday already, so they should be like $7.
Yeah, 750. It's because Verdance is getting a little more popular, and she banishes all of her attack action cards out of her graveyard so she can use it more often.
What else was crazy? Wait, did they just unban? Was that in the last week's ban and restricted for Ball Lightning?
Yeah, but it was only in Commoner that they unbanned it.
Well, that's fine. I mean, I saw a bunch moving. Like, I didn't even realize it was banned. And then, I mean, I did see a big surge in the sales. I was just like,
I think
people are playing Lightning. But
I think they banned it at the same time everywhere, just to be like, this card's busted. But then I think they're just like, well, Commoner needs powerful that's probably a couple of dollars, even if it's not $5.
Oh, really?
You have a lot of commons on here.
Yeah, the foil market has been real hot. I just finished set sorting like 60,000 bulk. I still have I think 6,000 now rainbow foils to sort through, and I'm probably gonna do that next or before in inventory before anything else, just because there's just so much money in foils right now. I'm really glad that people are appreciating foils, because for a long time you just weren't getting like any value out of them, and now you see a lot of $3, $4, $5 common rare foils. Oh, I mean, the rares I guess isn't as uncommon, but like the commons are pretty crazy. Like I'm looking for the red Zealous belting foils. I don't think I got a single one last time. I got like 3 blue and a couple yellows, no reds.
Surprisingly, those aren't like $4 either.
The red Zealous belting?
They're not on here.
Oh, I wonder if they went down. Or I wonder if everyone just listed them. Because I mean,
Probably.
Monday I was selling them. That morning I think I had sold a couple for $4.50 a piece. And yeah, I was real happy with that. Oh well, it'll come back up. I mean, even at like $3, $4, it's pretty solid.
Well, that's the thing with this set is that you've got. Okay, so what is this? This is 44 cards above $4, and then we're still talking about like more than a handful of cards that come in like slightly under that between 2 and 3. Like you're making a lot of your money back as long as you're willing to sort and list all those cards and wait for them to sell. You know, I mean, you've probably made like the money back for the case already, and just we're not counting it.
Yeah. So we're tied. Oh, and then some even like the common cold foils. I just almost always write off a common cold foil. But like Monday, I pulled the Gallantry Gold. This cold foil is $10, and even the blood drop is $5. Like it's pretty crazy.
Nobody even uses that. It is kind of sad to see some of the cards like Doomsday. It's like cold foil Doomsday is only $26. It always sucks to get a legend that is not really worth it. Especially considering, I don't know if you've seen them before. The cold foil Doomsday and Eclipse are both really unfortunate looking. They don't have any foiling on them at all. It's just the shadow border is foiled.
Oh, that's kind of crappy. I don't know how I feel about that.
In these early sets, they just didn't. They like cared more about a cold foil equipment than like a cold foil in deck card. It seemed like any in deck card or hero card in cold foil, they just didn't cold foil the art for some reason.
Oh, okay. This yellow one's probably worth more, right?
I mean, it's not on here above $4, but a yellow foil Herald is very likely a couple of dollars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's yellow, so Prism probably wants it, and it's War Tune. It only costs 1, so I'm like 99.99% sure that every deck would play it.
It's very rare to be excited about yellow cards when you're opening any set.
It's very specific yellow cards sometimes.
Ooh, Illuminate. I don't know. You may not believe this, but I'm a big fan of Illuminate. It's
Well, I'm glad that I'm the one that got that mat and sold it to you.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
That's from the Monarch days. Like I got that at an armory. What, 3 years ago?
Yeah. It would have been. Yeah.
Time flies.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I don't know. Even like with the podcast, like it feels just because I'm busy, right? Like I wake up at 5, I'm working, then I go to my other. Ooh,
whoa! Yeah, the non-foil is on your list, so the foil is nice. Oh no, it looks like the foil is just $5. I think I mischaracterized it, but we're good.
Ooh, and a rating. Which I think is the most worthless Majestic in the entire set at 12 cents, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, because anybody that actually likes to play Bolton is gonna get the cold foil. That's why the cold foil is actually like $34. You would think that it would be garbage, but it's just that Bolton is so niche that you aren't playing him unless you really like him, and then you're getting the cold foil.
Yeah, I've got 3 of them in my binder upstairs.
Just of the cold foils or the regulars?
Of the cold foil.
Oh.
No one buys them. It's a sad state. And that's kind of like, that's one of the things I was always really worried about with Monarch, is a lot of these cards, even though, like, you know, the prices are so high, but, well, I mean, high relatively, but the number of sales that they get per month, like the sale through rate, is real low, which is maybe why people avoid it. But I mean, I'll hold the card forever. I don't care. I got lots of space.
So, yeah, I mean, you can't. It's. I think the reason the value is so low is because the vast majority of the cards that you are pulling right now that actually have value is like what's been sneaking into the set over time, and I think it's mostly just the players that are buying it up slowly, causing it to go up. And then like anybody else that's trying to, like nobody else is like really paying attention. So like that's why you can't play chain, so there's nothing like all the chain stuff is really cheap because Vincent doesn't really use it either. But it's like all the value is moved into things that can actually still be played, and I think the value is just going to explode once they go back to Solana.
I think so.
Not
far, right?
financial advice, since I used the
yeah.
word value.
Yeah, we gotta be real careful about that stuff.
Which I don't even understand because I don't like. I'm not. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. I always get like Little Mermaid like thingamajig vibes from this one. She's just looking at that fork. I like it.
Yeah, it does kind of look like.
Well, because it kind of looks like she's underwater. Yeah, I mean, I think it is a trident, right? And then, yeah, I don't know. It looks like she's underwater, and she's all wispy and floaty.
I think your internet's going down, or maybe mine is. I don't know.
Oh,
somebody is.
No, it's definitely me. Let me see. My bit rate has plummeted to 800. Well, let's see. Let's see if that fixes itself. No drop frames, but bit rate's pretty in the dumpster.
I think it might have fixed itself, or is fixing itself.
Yeah, we're green again. All right.
Now we're not.
Oh. This, I think all of these are under 20 cents. This is not the type of box you want. This is the box that equals out the cases I pulled last time. So.
But we did pull carrion husks, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's true.
I love the background of Galaxy Black. It's so cool. It's such a pity that like its effect should just be a little bit stronger. It should come in for 4 when it gets its plus.
Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to think. You're asking about. Well, you wanted to see if I had a spreadsheet for the bulk that I got in, and I think I don't think I knew a full spreadsheet, but I was thinking I could at least send you what percentage like each set was. Oh, gross. Okay. Well, actually, that's not gross. That's like $1.10, I think.
Yeah, the Rainbow Fool's 5.
Yeah, but it was surprisingly very. I think my biggest sets were Outsiders, Hunted, then Rosetta, then Mist. And unfortunately, the guy who sent me the final box that I just finished going through, I think I probably tossed over half of the cards from that box. Because
they were so damaged.
Yeah, like levels of damage I have not seen before. And I mean, they didn't open that way. It was just so badly packaged. It made me real sad. But your local card shop will be getting a lot of hunted bulk, I guess. It's
yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I don't think I can publish it, but I've been creating my own. So yeah, back to like even Monday, I was talking about another Terralim Dilemma. Don't buy all of the bulk from a single person. Like spread it out and see how it shows up. And I have a smash or pass list of bulk buyers. So, like the ones that I get tons of money from, I've definitely already revisited. But lots of, unfortunately, like 3/4. Ooh, there's another Gallantry Gold.
Hey, that's something.
$5 or $10.
8.
8 now.
8.
Oh, that dropped very fast. That's okay. Who's playing Gallantry Gold right now?
I don't think anybody.
It's weird. I mean, it's weird. Yeah. Okay.
I feel like Fang could probably use it. But that would be like a combo Fang turn. And I think I'm the only one that is like would be wild enough to try that. I haven't seen anybody try to do that. I do like my Fang deck right now though. It's fun to play. Some of these prices on this spreadsheet are screwed. Like nobody's paying you $33 for a yellow Graveling Growl foil. Even if there's none there.
Oh, I wonder if someone just bought them out at a certain point.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. That's so
But
weird. I'm always weirded out by like common and rare buyouts. I'm sorry, homie, but like the only reason you can buy like all 100 of a rare is because no one can be bothered to list it, right? There's tens of thousands of them. You're not buying out anything. And always, that's, I don't know, that confuses me. Oh, what else just got bought out? Something you, what did you, oh, Rainbow Foil Poison the Wells just got bought out.
Oh yeah, they got decimated.
Yeah, as soon as the Terra Crown Seeds thing happened, I think almost like within the hours, Poison the Well sold out.
If I didn't have a cat on my lap, I would try and figure out when it went. There we go. I'll just
It was the
move
8th.
them a little bit.
I believe it was the 8th is when they all sold out.
I want to see if they're actually still pricey.
Yeah, I don't know. That was an interesting spec buy. So I don't know. I'm not really one to talk about weird spec buys. I'm still very happy with my Cold Soul.
Silver Palms got bought out again?
Well, I mean, they got bought out like a couple weeks ago, when High Seas got announced, and I was curious if that plummeted back down. It seems to get bought out like every once in a while by some idiot, and it always makes me giggle to watch that fall apart. Yeah, you yeah. You've been requested to show that cat at some point during the podcast.
Show the cat. I don't know. He's pretty eepy.
Please show cat pics in bio. And what's the meme?
Silver Palms is actually $20. It's I don't think it receded that much from the.
I think it was up to 35, wasn't it?
I mean, it's still up from 15 though. I mean, people were buying it, a couple months ago for $9-10, and it's actually. I mean, if people bought it up to 15 and passed, now it looks like it's receded down to 20, but not the whole way. Pretty sure I've heard about 17 Rudy videos where he talks about stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe someone just likes Silver Palms like I like Life of the Party.
I've got my single copy of Silver Palms in my binder, waiting for if there's ever a playable merchant hero, and I'll use it if they make one, because it's probably going to be a weird deck. If there's anything that can use Silver Palms and actually be good, it will be a strange deck.
Ooh, foil, oh giraffe. I like this foil. I like this foil a lot. Just the way that the art works well with the foiling. Why did it just say I went live now? Did the stream die?
I didn't notice it die, but it may have. It looks like we're live right now on that. Yeah, no, we're still good. We're good.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
That was weird. Stream elements.
Oh, no.
Out. Trying to think of
Where's that library, man? You gotta pull a library.
It is about time. I've opened up enough of these cases where I feel like the library should show up anytime now.
Someday.
What? One day. Oops, wrong pile. I don't think I've ever opened up any of the location legendaries. Like not Corsham, not the library, not what's the heavy one?
Deathmatch Arena.
Yeah.
I've opened 3 Corsham.
Really? That's well, your luck is stupid. It's not even fair.
I opened a cold foil Corsham at pre-release and sold it for $300.
That's how you print money. Maybe I just need
to
pre-releases.
Pre-release prices are crazy. People will pay that extra just to say they have it now. I don't think I've ever seen the price of a Fable drop so fast in my life, though. That's like the only one where it's like by the time I sold it, like it probably lost 50% of its value or like 25% of its value, like in the mail.
Oh no. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, opening weekend to like the first week is just disgusting.
Hey, aw.
Yeah, I know, right? The instant disappointment.
Yeah,
But
you see the amazing looking cold foil, but then it's Hexagore, which I mean, to be fair, this weapon looks so freaking cool and they made it so bad. And I wish that it was more playable than it is. There are people that play it. I mean, you can build a deck around it where you're trying to get 6 cards in Banish so that you can use Hexagore, but it's a pretty hard dance to dance when Levi is already a hard deck to play. Just use Mandible Claws. God, I love things.
Hey, correct me if I mean, is Majestics not
I think Majestics are six a box in Monarch.
Okay, I was wondering because I remember not pulling a whole lot Monday, and I was like, "What the heck is going on with this?"
No, I think it's normal as 6.
Ooh. I would like Cereus' Trilogy too. I don't know who this is. She shows up in a lot of the Illusionist cards.
I believe her name is Amira.
Amira, yeah.
Like Amira.
We better get an Amira hero one of these days. Gateway.
I love those double rare packs. That's something that they did specifically for Monarch Draft, which is kind of funny because it's like, you know, sometimes you'll get a rare and you'll be like, oh, I can't believe this passed to me. And it's like, it passed to you because they took the same exact card. Don't fall for the trap. Oh, there's some money.
There we go. Yeah. I was actually thinking that the first case of this that I opened on stream, I got 3 soul shields in. It was ridiculous.
Crazy. That's amazing.
I think one was foil, and then the other 2 were non-foil.
Yeah, you say that you got horrible luck, but opening up 3 soul shields is the kind of shit I'd do just because it's like, oh, play set of the best card? Sure.
I mean, yeah, the best card, but it's still $14. So, I don't know. It's.
Yeah. Well, I'm allowed to make that claim because I've opened 6 boxes of Hunted and I have a playset of Shelter the Storm in my binder.
Yeah, see, you do it on sets where the best card is like $100, and I do it in sets. I mean, I used to do it in Bright Lights all the time. I opened up 8 cases of Bright Lights, and I mean, yeah, I was getting crazy, like 3-4 of the same Majestic, and then it's like, yeah, each of these is $9.
I actually think if this max deck is any good, Cog is going to go nuts. Because this clamp is like... So it's like whenever you hit somebody with the wrench, you can put a counter on something you control. And then whenever you use the clamp, your wrench has +2. So like your whole game plan is swinging a wrench at them for 5 that keeps its own buff alive if it hits. And, you know... if you have the Master Cog, you'll be able to put a steam counter on a second clamp that you put down, so that like now your clamp's coming in for 7, and you put a counter on the one from hitting and a counter on the other from the Cog.
You've got something just happened to your mic. I don't know what. You're like buzzing.
Oh.
You're buzzing?
Am I still buzzing? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Testing. I'm trying to see if I'm buzzing.
Now. Nope, you're good. You're fixed it.
It might have just been the frog in my throat, man. I'm very I'm definitely not sounding normal.
It was like a static. It's like bzzz while you were talking.
Ah, sorry.
No, that's not right. It's just man. I don't know. I better get some more Majestics here. I guess the back half of this box is gonna be Good, I hope.
We can have hope.
Oh,
I'm
no,
surprised at how
you're
much
buzzing.
money that you've actually got. I'm still buzzing.
Yeah, you just started again.
What about now? I might need to just buy a new headset.
You're fine now. Yeah, I don't know. It just comes and goes. I think as you move something, it might just be a loose cable.
Yeah, I fastened it a little tighter, so we'll see. I'm
Actually,
definitely.
did I send you a Blue Yeti? I didn't. Did I give you my Blue Yeti? We were talking about me sending it to you, and then
No,
you didn't need
you
it.
never said anything.
Maybe I'll send you my Blue Yeti. Because it's currently just sitting in a box for the last 4 years. So.
I think the last time I heard anything about a Yeti, it was whenever I was helping do like the HR videos, and one of our HR people had a Yeti microphone.
I mean, they're good. They're great, like intro to podcasting, like mics. They're cheap, well, cheapish, I should say. For that type of mic, it's on the low end. So people like to dunk on it because they're like, oh, you bought the budget one. That budget one is actually quality wise better than a lot of what mics like twice the value of it. So don't.
I'm sure it's better than using the piece of garbage I'm using.
Yeah, it's gonna be better than any headset mic, that's for sure.
Oh, I didn't even look to see. I didn't put Hexagore on here. You got some extra money in here. I didn't even count up yet.
Ooh. Actually, Cross Line's not a bad one. Oh, you're talking.
I just love Yinty Yanty for limited. If you ever play Monarch Limited, Yinty Yanty is goated because, like, if there's nothing particularly good in the pack, hey, Luminaris, nice. If there isn't anything particularly good in the pack left, and there's like a red Yinty Yanty or something, like if you're on Chain or Prism, you're very likely going to have an aura. So it's an interesting way to keep open in that way.
Oh.
Ooh, foil shadow puppetry. That is $5.
I think did I get one of these Monday? I don't know. Maybe not, because I think I would remember this. This is a great looking foil, actually. Well,
It's also one of Shadow's best cards. It's so good. I love that card.
it's in the pile. Yeah.
Man, watching you open these just makes me want to play Chain. I want Chain to come back. I had to do a Living Legend tournament.
Yeah, I was gonna say Living Legends where you should be living. I mean, all your favorite ones to play, like Starvo, Chain. Why play any other format at this point?
Well, you know, people don't really want to play those decks. I do think Dromai's got a real good shot in Living Legend now because those dragon scalers are so crazy. Because it's like right now in regular classic constructed, the best thing that anybody does with it is just, you know, attack with the dagger again. But if you're Dromai, holy crap. You're attacking with Kyloria again, draw another card? Are you going to attack with Tomeltai again and meld another piece of their armor in the same turn? Craziness. Blue Captain Skull, yay. Should put that one to the side.
Do you think that Blue Captain Call's gonna be
I think Blue Captain's Call is a rare specifically that I think's probably $1. I'm gonna guess. Let me see.
Really?
I mean, maybe not, but it will be when Guardians are back in the meta, I think. Captain's Call Blue. Nah, I was wrong. Still only 10 cents. I guess there's just way too much Monarch for that to matter unless it's foil. Even at foil, or wait, yeah. Foil's only 20 cents. First edition Rainbow Foil's $1. Dang. So the thing that I like about Captain's Call, is that it's the next attack action card with cost 0 you play gets go again. And I don't know. I just thought it's it's not that bad of a stipulation because cost 0 is like so many aggro decks do that, and it's a blue. Like I used to play that in Chain all the time. I wouldn't be surprised to see that come back into favor sometime. It's decent. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe they kind of power crept it with Trot Along. Because Trot Along was a card that was in that Rhinar deck. Gives your next attack with base 3 or less go again. Almost the same type of card, but more flexible and blocks 3.
I mean, those Trot Alongs were pretty instantly, I think, well received. I really like it. And it's got our dwarf friend on it, who I really hope shows up in Mon 3, though. I mean, it's just one of the, like that Amera hero that shows up in the cards over and over again. And then you're like, please, any day now. Like, I would be curious, because I think they talked about originally that they had like a binder full of like made heroes, and I was always curious if we would ever see them, or like how many of them change. And sorry, I'm trying to ban someone real quick.
Yeah, why is the ban? Oh, I'm trying to find the button. There we go. I got it. Sorry. It took me a second because I'm still very new to Twitch, but I figured it out.
Yeah, I don't know. The mod view is really good on it compared to YouTube's, which is no different. It looks no different than normal review. You just get a couple options on a right click that are like, hide this viewer. And I'm like, oh, is that it? That's it. That's the all mod view. Whereas, I guess I'm not sure if it's the 7TV plugin, but like the Twitch mod view is a massive, huge dashboard. It makes everything super helpful. But I don't see it as the streamer, so I don't get that. That doesn't make sense to me. Whatever. Or maybe, weird. I don't know. Yeah. Oh well.
It just took me a second because I'm not used to it's like, oh, it's just the hammer button.
Yeah. Ban hammer. Get him out of here. I don't want to buy your views. Jeez.
What do I look like, Elon Musk?
Right. I'll be paying someone to open these and stream this at the same time. Oh, jeez. But, oh!
Hey! What did I say?
The old legendary box. What a case.
All right. Set that one aside for me. And then we're gonna need to do our deal, as I need that card again. I wish I wouldn't have got rid of it the first time.
Now you see the price. Just multiply it by 0.85, and that's the number.
Right on.
Which, you know, TCG, despite having their massive screw ups last week, they just did their annual like State of the Union for sellers, the seller showcase they call it, I think. I think next week I'm gonna do maybe a watch along with that and talk about it. Since I've actually talked to a lot of the people that show up in that video or in those videos. I haven't watched this year's. Last year's, like the main talker was my rep for like the growth acceleration program, so it was really cool. But anyways, they go through like all the pillars, and they're gonna I guess they talk mostly this time about the upcoming changes that they're gonna make for sellers, so I'm really excited about that. So I think I'll probably do that with my mail call, though mail call is a little thin this week. I haven't I've been too crazy with the buys. I'm kind of settling down, process in bulk.
I'm just excited that you pulled the card that I wanted out of the last two cases that I've sat in on your openings, because I really meant to say something earlier in the stream, but maybe it's better that I didn't. But I was Dan could even pull up our Discord chat. Let me see, when did I say it? I don't remember, but earlier today I was like, I had to be there because I gotta pull footsteps.
Footstep Fridays, I think that's what we called it, right? I didn't want to pull the footsteps on Monday, We needed you to actually be here for it. So yeah, I mean it is a gorgeous cold foil. Like they do it pretty well. They know how to frame feet on a picture. That's for certain. That's
I mean, the thing about it is that the card is just so good. It's so strong, like Valiant Dynamo level strong, which is kind of funny. They're both like all the legendaries in this set are really strong. Man, I'm just saying the same thing over and over again. I'm excited. Because I was thinking about making an Enigma deck, but I didn't have Phantasmal Footsteps, and so I was just like, meh. And I know she uses she's got her other feat from Mistveil, but I already have that one. I've got a rainbow foil of that one. This one, I figure, WoW Monarch is so cheap. I mean, I need to get the Phantasmal Footsteps back. Shadow of Ursa foil, hell yeah. Even though that's not even going to be worth anything. It's just a cool
that's a
card.
shame. Yeah, that's great. Actually, I was using this for my Mon first thumbnails there for a while, just like the goat sea chest, and
See, it just makes me think of the Eclipse in Berserk. That's what it looks like to me.
oh. Let me sleeve this bad boy up. Heck of a case.
Yeah, that's a crazy card.
I really thought I was gonna beat an hour this time. I don't even think I'm going that slow. Though I mean we talk up some of the bigger pulls here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Just slow. There's some kind of old man. I don't know.
I am definitely an old man. My back's been achy all week. Real sore. The rain makes all my joints ache. Really, but my back does hurt a lot. It's honestly just been sorting ball. Ew, I hate that. Okay. Yeah, just
there was a
bending over sorting cards.
Oh no, it's not rainbow foil. I was gonna count the Phantasmaclasm, but it's only the rainbow foil that's on the list. Man, 2 legendary box or case, and that sorted you out.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, like I'm already over double what I paid for the box. Like
What's
insane, insane. Lots of blue captain spells. Lots of baubles. We're all bobbly boxes. What else? Oh, did you watch any of the games from Kobe today?
Was it on today? I was thinking that it was just streaming tomorrow.
I think was the Battle Hardened was today, and then Calling is tomorrow. And you gotta think
that doesn't sound right. There's a Super Armory. I think they would do the Calling on Saturday, and then day 2 the Calling on Sunday, but then Battle Hardened also on Sunday, right?
I don't know. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it was. Well, you can pull up the page and look. There's they actually have
Friday is only the Super Armory. Saturday is Calling.
Armory.
Sunday is Battle Hardened. Yeah, I pulled it up.
Yeah, I went through the matches a little bit earlier.
They just don't normally put the call like the main event, the two, like they don't put it on Friday.
Yeah. I can't remember. Like, oh yeah. I was trying to say, like, the time zones are real weird, but
it's gonna be on in the morning for us. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think it's 12 hours, roughly, or is it 14? No, it's 4. Oh my gosh, I can't remember. I can't remember if it's 12 and 13 or 13 and 14 because like the daylight savings changes it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's look up what time it is in Kobe right now.
I should know. I moderate for a Japanese streamer.
It is 9 a.m. there right now, so...
13. 13.
So that means calling Kobe could be starting like tonight at like midnight. Is that not even? So I think they would probably be doing like the meetings for like the judges and stuff around 8 or 9. I'm not sure how early they do things over there. Let me go back to the actual thing.
But the streams are really great looking. They had some good production value on it. A lot of positive comments in the comments, obviously, but I think they just did the 2 semi-final matches and then the finals. So, and you would be shocked who was featured heavily in the Asian meta right now.
Is it Syndra?
No, it was Aurora.
Oh.
after her 6 of top 8 showings in Taipei.
Well, I was just thinking that, like, I don't know if the Japanese meta will be the same. I don't know if it necessarily will be.
It seems like it. Well, no, I don't know, but actually, I shouldn't say that. Who was? I'm trying to remember who the matches were. It was Aurora. Well, I think Aurora and Ira were the finals, and then oh shoot, who was it? I think there were 2 Iras in the semis. I can't remember right now, but
I've been 2 Auroras.
2 Aurora, maybe. I was really shocked though. I mean, not I don't know why I say shocked, but for the game being so new to Japan and Japan's market being so insanely saturated, like for them to put in so much effort and have better production value than most American ones.
Well, I mean, I honestly think it's probably just like a cultural difference. Like, they are probably like, oh, this is a super challenging competitive card game, and then they're all about it and they want to try and do it, and then if they're going to do it, they're going to do it right.
Yeah.
I miss that SCG streams. They just don't stream. That's why I was happy we've got it back this weekend. We didn't have any streams for SCG last weekend.
So what other events are this weekend other than COVID?
Let's see. We've got Calling Kobe, and then I think there is. Oh yeah, it's London this weekend as well.
Oh, okay. For some reason I thought London was next weekend. Because there's a bunch next weekend.
Wait. It might be next weekend. Sorry. Wait. What am I?
It's the 14th. So there was a bunch for 21 to 23.
I guess it's in April. April 10th to 13th. Okay.
Oh, is that far off? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
for some reason I thought it was coming up. I don't know what I thought was coming up. Weird.
I forgot. Yeah, actually, because I remember I was looking at, obviously, you know, a lot of talk around the London promo for Sink Below, and you know, a lot of people.
Oh, I want those Sink Belows so bad.
I know they look so good, but a lot of people hate them. They're like, ew, tea inside my my fantasy setting. Who drinks tea? That's ridiculous. I don't know. But other people love it, and I'm in the love it camp. But right now they were going for about 75 a pop.
I don't think that's bad. I don't know.
I thought it was low, and I think a lot of the talk around that was, you know, they're like, oh, it's totally gonna tank from here, and other people are like, no event promo like this has gone down in price after like the initial like floor has been set. So I think
they just won't. There won't be more. It'll be this, and then they'll be gone.
Right, and you know, Sink Below is obviously a heavily played card.
The cold foil one, there's only one on the market. It's $800.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it'll probably settle closer to like the 150 mark, but I don't know. We'll see. I'll throw out that guess, and we'll see how the collectors treat me with that one. Ugh. Went out with a whimper. Well, I guess not. I mean, that was. Last
that was
time.
still a heck of a case, at least.
Yeah, that was a great case. Yeah, overall,
Like horrible M's, but you hit the L's you want to hit. I mean, if you ask somebody like what I mean, I guess somebody would probably want Valiant Dynamo over Carrion Husk, but I still really love Carrion Husk. There's plenty of. As soon as we get a new Shadow Hero, I think we'll probably see more use out of Carrion Husk. It's just too good. It blocks 6.
yeah, and that's. I mean, I really think. I don't know. I'm almost tempted to hold it until after high seas, but I don't know. I need to turn this.
You're
into
in
more
good
cases.
company. I got 2 in my binder.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's just the sales part of me is like I could buy another case. I could list all these cards and have enough to buy probably 2 more cases tomorrow. So that's always my mentality when it comes to it.
That's not bad. You'll have a full-on game store and armories soon.
Fingers
One day.
crossed. One day. And my idea is always like in 5 years, but who knows? I mean, it's so cheap to rent space around here. I could probably realistically do sooner, but I think the trade-off is
would you even have people buying anything?
I don't even need to. Like, I don't know, if I could buy enough sealed to open and sell, like
You would just sit in your storefront opening boxes, like waiting for people to come in. You'd be like, "Hey, oh, do you have Pokemon? No, we have Flesh and Blood. You want that? No.
yeah.
Okay."
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be big enough to warrant distribution. That's it. I don't know. Actually, I didn't even think about that. I could buy. There's a bunch of really, really small card shops that we used to have. I guess I never understood that. I'm like, there's no place for anyone to play. There's like one single 2-person table. This whole thing is tiny, but I bet you the rent's cheap and they're just getting dirt cheap distribution, like box prices. Though I guess they didn't have internet back then, so they were just hosing themselves. But nowadays, I could, I think most of my money would, even with an on-premise store or a brick-and-mortar store, even with customers, like I bet you most of my money would still come from internet sales.
Probably.
So that's why I'm okay with it. Yeah.
It would be nice if you could get people to play Flesh and Blood. I mean, everybody knows is like, you can have somebody that wants to play Flesh and Blood, but if there isn't somebody that's at the store all the time to be able to help like onboard people, it's not gonna happen.
Oh yeah, I would need to find someone who wants to play this game too to teach everyone. Here's a Blitz deck. Have at it. I don't know.
Yeah, you might actually have to play a game.
Oh, that's gross. I don't know how I feel about that. I would play everyone with my Melody deck and crush them all.
Well, at least they would get their first win fairly early.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. How does Melody
Yeah, I mean,
play?
as long as you don't like to play the game, you might as well let them win, huh?
Yeah. I'd be like, oh man, I've been in this game for 5 years and you beat me on your first time. What a champ! And then they think they're the bee's knees, and then I make a lot of sales. That's the perfect pitch. I don't know.
Amazing.
Oh well. Actually,
are we gonna transition to another screen, or
I should probably just transition to another screen. Yeah. All right. Let me.
I think the internet keeps going out, man. It's crazy.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know why my bits keep dropping like that. Yeah, I don't know. Bit rates, please. It's struggling. It's struggling real hard. It's real windy right now. It's probably not helping my case.
Nah.
Yeah, all these the internet guys. I was talking to one who was doing the install for my grandma, and he was like, "Yeah, he's like because of how crazy our winters get up here, all the lines they expand and contract a lot because like the rapid changes in our temperatures nowadays, and it just destroys all your cabling for internet, which is why they're almost always replacing all the lines around here. But that also means our internet is flaky at best. So
I was gonna
well,
say, I feel like I'm getting a text from Comcast every other day, like, we're doing work in your area.
yeah, it's a rough neighborhood. All right. How did we swap this last time? Let me.
So you go to the next thing, and then my picture's gonna be the wrong size, and then you'll dick around with that for a while.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I tried to fix the other one. Let's see. Well, yeah, my camera. Your
Yeah,
camera
that's
just
what's up.
your camera just didn't even show up. How does that happen? Oh no, there you are. How? Okay.
Can I call it or what?
Yeah, that's annoying. I really don't know why that happened. I also don't know why you're changing in size. Why is your size changing? What the heck is going on? I'm just trying to like move you and you're resizing and okay. Uh is there any chance? Any chance? Are you just gonna show up anywhere? No. Okay.
No.
Huh.
I guess we just stay here. We're trapped. We can't have nice things. We can't be on the Terra Chungus screen.
Oh man. That's what I don't get. I mean, well, see, he's no longer Chungus here, but then he somehow became Chungus on the other one.
He did. I mean, one day he's gonna break out of that shell and become broccoli. So I'm
Yeah.
convinced that that one Earth attack is him in his adult form now, just because they used that art on the lore page. And just pretend we're invisible. We're just admiring Terra right now.
I don't even know where you are.
Well, I'm just sneaky like that. I play assassin a lot. That could be the problem. I'm played too many stealth cards, and now you can't find me.
Yeah, I always watch streams and they're all like, oh, I had to delete and remake all my scenes again, or like had to clean up all my scenes again. And I'm like, how can you be so dumb to like screw up your scenes this often? And apparently they just do it. They just on their own like to just break. I don't know.
I just thought it was your incompetence, really.
You wouldn't think that. That's so mean. I don't know. Where
It
are you? Like it doesn't even make sense. Like I just put you to go middle of the screen and it's just like, nah, no thanks. I don't want to do that right now. Alright, well, you know what? We're just okay. Okay. Okay, I don't even know, man. Center to
Maybe we should
screen.
market this podcast as like, more like The Office. Do you want to be Steve Carell?
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't like The Office. I was never an Office fan. I'm moving you around.
Comedy of errors.
You're just not showing up. You're just literally gone.
Move me up a layer. Am I behind the layers?
No, you're at the top of the layers.
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna
Like the story.
yeah, we're just gonna delete you and then re-add you.
No,
You are a dead man, sir.
I have been deleted. I really enjoyed this skirmish article. The who wrote this? Erica. Yeah, she put down her choices that she would be playing this skirmish season. And I mean, obviously we're talking about Terra, which is it's really hard not to want to play Terra, I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like everybody and their sister is playing Terra, but like you guys unbanned Crown of Seeds. What the hell were you thinking? But if you're gonna leave it unbanned and that's like par for the course now, I'm fine with it. I don't care. I want to play Crown of Seeds because it's like one of my favorite cards. Yeah, that's kind of it.
Yeah, I just have to redo it. I mean, I just removed it and re-added it, and I just have to trim it down again. It's just OBS. It really wants me to update it. I've been pushing off this update for a little bit.
So now it's punishing you?
Yeah, I don't know why it keeps resizing like this. I think it's because I have it.
It's probably some kind of aspect ratio lock.
Well, I grouped up things like your video and your audio so I could just like move them together at the same time. But I guess that's just we're just gonna remove that as well. We're fixing it. This is now a stream about how to fix OBS.
That's
okay. Good. Woo! All right, now where did
you got the one?
Yeah, I need a meet. Oh well, my camera's not on.
Oh, did that break finally?
Well, no, my webcam I have to unplug to plug in these cameras. So.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You got us. Well, wait.
No,
how did you have?
What?
You had your face on the last one.
On the top down.
Yeah,
I've got a 2 cameras set up on my streaming my top down rig. Yeah, I have to switch because you can only have so many cameras. Well, you can have 1 camera per USB device or bus on your workstation. I only have like I technically have 3, but it gets real wonky if I do 3. So one of them just rotates. Which would be which one? It'll be
one day we will actually end up going through an entire podcast without. Wow, flattering.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, see, this is behind the scenes magic. You can see all the things here. I'm gonna deactivate this and I'm gonna go
that shirt isn't suspect at all.
What, Numi VTuber? She's great. Though it is starting to crackle-ackle already. Very sad about that. They don't make t-shirts like they used to, even if they're charging $60 for them now, which makes me cry.
Shirts have been peeling forever.
I know, but you would just think with the rising costs that quality would maybe improve a little bit. Like I bought some like fancy designer brand ones from Japan. And like one of them is solid. Like, and I wear that shirt all the time. Hasn't crackled even a little bit. And then another one from the same company. I think after like 5 times wearing that shirt, and I'm like, I paid like $60 or $70 for this t-shirt, thinking it would be the same quality as the other ones, and then sad boy, the saddest boy, listening to my emo playlist while I do laundry. But let me swap this around. I'm gonna turn this off. Be right back. Andrew, entertain everyone. All these people.
Sure. All these nobody's here. Well, my wife might be here, but there's not a whole lot. But I was reading the article, and after Terra, they were like Viserai, and I'm like, no, Viserai's banned in Blitz. Viserai was actually the first hero banned in Blitz, I think. But they were just talking about Living Legend, which Viserai and Living Legend is just absolutely crazy. Bloodsheath Skeleton your next attack action card and non-attack action card costs one less for each rune chant you control. It's not fair. Stop talking in all caps. Just all caps all the time. You're here. I appreciate you being here, though. Thank you. Now, what does she have to say about Talisman of Cremation? I guess that's when you play a card from your banish zone, destroy Talisman of Cremation and name a card. Banish all cards with the chosen name from the opposing hero's graveyard. So, what is a card from the banished zone that you would play? Rattlebones. Okay. So you Rattlebones to banish a card and then play it from your banish zone and then cremate the Count the Blessings out of the opponent's graveyard. It's pretty decent. I guess there's a lot of Count Your Blessings going on that you gotta worry about in Living Legend now. I suppose Jarl's probably doing that. I don't know who else. Well, Oldhim, duh. I don't know why I even thought Jarl. I do think that there was a Jarl in one of the LL top 8s that we saw a while back. It's interesting. I think it's possible to really just play whatever hero you want to play and make it all the way as long as you're good enough to, win when the cards fall your way. So, we've got Battle Hardened Eindhoven, March 22nd, 23rd. That's next weekend. That's coming up in the Netherlands. Sorry. Looks like there's just a ProQuest and a Battle Hardened there, so it's a bit of a smaller event. And where is it? Not Eindhoven. World Premiere, Taipei. That's coming up in May. That's a bit far off. I think we will probably not see Pirates as a talent or anything like that. I think it might just be, a theme. I don't know if they're going to rush back to talents so quickly because we haven't had, we've had talents in the last 2 sets. And I think we're probably ready for an untalented set, just a little break. Are you almost back?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that today. I was kind of curious. I think maybe we'll get like a sailor or like a nautical or like a swashbuckler, just overall theme, kind of like Mystic in Mist or like Draconic in Hunted.
Well, that's a talent.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's probably still going to be talent in High Seas, but I was thinking it might just be another single one to keep like the nautical theme across the board. I think that would make a lot of sense for how they've recently been designing it. Rosetta was obviously different. They had 2 talents, but I think that's also kind of because they were pulling from all the existing like Aria stuff. So if they're going into a new region or a new theme, I think we should expect a new talent. I mean, like, when was the last? Let's see, Heavy Hitters the last set without a talent?
Yeah, Bright Lights and Heavy Hitters back to back, and then we had talents back to back, and so now we should probably have no talents again.
I don't know. I wonder if they would, because I mean, those were both kind of like. I mean, like Bright Lights, I love. You love Heavy Hitters, but in the grand scheme of things, they're both kind of dumpster fires. And
well, I don't think that means that they shouldn't do
talent
There's
list.
definitely, yeah. I mean, I love Outsiders. That's a cool set. That was talentless. Heavy Hitters is good. I think Heavy Hitters could be better if they would have maybe just named things a little better. I really, really hate the naming scheme that they used. That was just like X of this, Y of this, Z of this over and over again. It was just seemed lazy to me, but I'm not trying to be that critical, you know. You gotta make cards, but I just mechanics were good. I just sort of don't like that whole like theme of like, okay, well, we're gonna have three cards that are this of this and do this, and it just seemed, I don't know. As much as I talk about it now, I'm thinking like, well, it's a good set to introduce people. It's very easy to understand. There's nothing like too crazy. Everything's really just like, you know, written on the card, very simple. So, I mean, as much as I wish that it sounded a little better, maybe it's better that it's not, because it's not like many of those cards are playable.
Yeah, and I think someone was saying in the stream when we were really dunking on heavy hitters that that kind of put things in new perspective for me was the idea that the entire set was built around Ultimate Pit Fighter. Uh, so like kind of like an introduction or like trying to bring some more attention to it, which obviously failed because I don't think most people knew that like until like a year later. But it so yeah, I mean with that like the easy naming and everything is it was fine for maybe an introductory set, but maybe it shouldn't have been a full set. Maybe that should have been like another like TCC, um, like that Professor Melody and all those. You know what I mean? Like they could have
I
done a
actually
couple
do
of
think
decks.
I actually do think that it could have been a little bit more fun, because I heard that that stores were supposed to actually offer like a UPF version of the pre-release. Like, you know, normally it would be a pre-release and you go and you play sealed and then you just do a regular Swiss with everybody that's there. They had also recommended that you should do like if you want, go ahead and do two pods of UPF and have the two winners of each UPF pod play a one-on-one, and I don't think that happened anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, and they had like that big um, competition, quote unquote, for Ultimate Pit Fight with like all the different heroes where they won. What card was that? The
It was Command and Conquer.
oh yeah, yep.
It's
So
like a $3,000 Command and Conquer now.
yeah, well, because no one played it, I guess. I mean, because I think it was less than
Well,
100
well,
people got it, right? Like,
yeah, you had to win a skirmish, or not a skirmish. You had to win, like the opening week sealed situation,
yeah,
and you had to win with the one that won the most. So only the people who won on Kasai got it.
yeah. So I don't know. Maybe that was like a marketing error as well. Um, which I think they learned from pretty heavily based on how every set since then has been marketed. So, you know, that's good to see at least. So we won't see that again, but I don't know. I'll just say I think their talented sets do really well, and I
I
think
mean,
everyone's expecting pirates as a talent, but I think it'll be more broad than that.
I think if we get pirates, it will be a talent. Like, I don't think it will be a pirate class, but I also don't really think it's going to be a talent. Uh, I think we're probably just untalented again. Because to me, like, a whole nautical theme is gonna be okay without a talent. I think that there could be some good generic cards, and honestly, I think they need to print some more stuff that maybe makes it harder to play all the things that you might want to play. Because, like, sure, Shelter from the Storm is like $60 right now, $70. But I think that mostly came from a place of like, oh well, we're gonna need to be able to stop these mass triggers for Syndra. We're gonna need to be able to stop flick knives. Syndra is not winning nearly as much as she was made out to be whenever Brody, opened up the weekend with her. And I think if they put out like maybe one or two really great Majestics that are generic in this set that they could split the value between, that people like want both of them, and maybe make it so that it's harder to play 3 shelters for the storm from the storm in the deck anyway. I know this might sound crazy, but I'm basically thinking that if they print a couple more good generics, then there will just be so many good generics you couldn't possibly play enough of them in the deck for all of them to be expensive at the same time. And then eventually we can get into a cycle of some being expensive when they're in meta and then going down when they're out of meta, just like all the hand traps in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, James, he said pirates are in the set. So I don't think he would say it in a vague sense like.
What do you mean? James White is he's real squirrely about the stuff he says regarding the game.
I mean, because then he could have just said like, "Oh, pirates are in the set for the hunted because of Shells from the Storm," right? Like, I mean, there's
nobody asked him if pirates were in the hunted.
Yeah, I don't know. He's not like Gottlieb. Like that's he's like, oh no pirates, whatever. And James like, no, there's definitely pirates. Everyone get excited. We're gonna expect DJ Armada as a pirate. I bet you on a card. That would be or an Armada. Actually, an Armada card would be pretty great.
Yeah, an actual armada of boats. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it has to be. I think it has to be talent because I don't think there's enough design space from a pirate class. Right? Like maybe they could do another pirate in like a metric set, like, but I don't know. I think from process of elimination, it's just gotta be a talent. And it might be a talent we don't go back to for a long time, but I mean there's a lot of water around Wrath, so and we've got to get to other continents eventually. I kind of wanted to see a nautical theme as like a discovery set into a new region, like a kind of like an exploratory thing. Kind of, I don't know, kind of like the contrast that we saw in the battle decks of like Solana and like the Savage Lands, right? Like the idea of like.
I don't know if they'll do anything like those battle decks again. Those suck.
Yeah, I just meant like thematically, like the contrast between like the natives and the colonizers, I guess. That's send the.
I already think they're kind of like towing the line with the whole brute situation, just being like, oh, this is brute, they're a race. The brutes are a race and a thing, and they're brutes when they're babies, and they eat stuff, and then they become big brutes. I think they need to come up with some kind of culture for those people.
Yeah, but I mean, it would be cool, find a new island, get a new race of people, find new classes that way. There's a lot of discovery. We're in a small part of a big planet, I think. Or a disc, maybe it's a big flat world. I think based on all.
That's more likely. That's like what it is in nature,
Yeah.
This is actually a pretty great conversation starter from Liv about the marbles existing in Monarch. What do you think would be the best marble? In my mind, some of the best marbles, just because of how bad the cold foils are for Eclipse and Doomsday, I would love to have a Marvel Eclipse.
I think it would be the Heralds. Is I think what they would have done.
Like marbled all the Heralds. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, like, because they look gorgeous already, and getting some better full art of that would be pretty great looking.
Yeah. And I actually do think that they would do Eclipse and Doomsday. Like if they were to redo the set today, I think those two would be marbles as well, just because like Inner Chi was.
Oh yeah,
All,
yeah,
all the all of those transcend cards were, so I would assume that like the special in deck legendaries would get the Marvel treatment.
I'm
It'd
trying
be
to.
nice to get a Marvel Shadow, a Galaxy Black. That would be so cool.
Yeah, I was trying to say. I was gonna think like there's got to be a weapon because I was thinking like the Rosetta, but is there a Marvel weapon in Hunted?
Dude, how good? Hold on.
I don't think so.
Take
No.
this idea. Take this idea. LSS, you can just have this idea for free. I love it. Make Galaxy Black Marvel, and on the front of it, you see the hilt, and it's like, somebody thrusting the hilt down is like the main part of the card on the front where you see the rules text, and then whenever you flip it over, it's a Marvel like Rosetta Thorn with like the extended whip chain just like shooting up through, like it's like it's going through the universe on the front and coming out the back.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Oh my gosh. Yeah, yeah. Because I don't know. I mean, like Luminaris is cool, but I don't know if it's like Marvel cool. Like Galaxy Black is just such a unique design and a unique weapon, and yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. But I mean, like they just seem to have a theme, right? Like Uprising was all the dragons, Dust to Dawn was the angels. Um, well, I mean, Dynasty had its
Yeah, but
own
they all
thing, but like,
But they also, sure they do one that's like the large swath of them, but then like there was also Marble Levia in
yeah.
Dust Till Dawn.
Oh yeah, you definitely have to have the one or two offs. Um,
But that's
yeah,
probably what would be like Galaxy Black and the maybe Hexagore too. Hexagore's so
yeah.
horrible that they would just
Oh,
give it a special one.
yeah, I've got a big stack of hex scores. I'm waiting for it to become viable any day now. Any day, someone's gonna use hex score. I'm sure of it.
I totally just disrespect a bunch of cold foil hexagores I have. I've got like an unsleeved gold foil hexagore just in a bulk box upstairs. I've seen it like 17 times, and I think, man, maybe I should sleeve this, but I can't make myself care about it because I hate it so much.
Oh, oh, that's sad. Yeah.
It's one of those things. It's like when Monarch first came out, I was big Brute main, and when I first got into the game, I was Rhinar main. I loved Rhinar, and Monarch was coming out, and I was like, yeah, Brute support. And then Leviathan was absolute dog shit. But Chain was awesome, and Viserai was like my secondary before I started playing Monarch, and then it just became like Chain was my main character. I love Chain, but I'll never get over how disappointing Levia is in Monarch. Even whenever you try and draft her, like you can't play sealed as Levia unless you were to get insanely lucky. And then whenever you draft, you basically can only be her if you're the only one. And then you kind of gotta hope that the prisms aren't like too stacked because prisms can still beat you anyway. Even though a lot of their stuff has phantasms and they can break it, they could also be on a spectral shield plan and just like Prism is just so good. Prism's so good. So you're like already behind the eight ball if you're not playing Prism, and then Levia is just so bad compared to Prism that you just have to have the nut to be able to 3-0 on a Levia deck. It's the only one that I haven't 3-0'd on for Monarch.
Yeah, I was actually kind of think like I don't know if like because they love the Marvel heroes now.
Mm.
They could probably do. I don't know. I think design wise, if like the heroes and Monarch are cool enough to really warrant it.
Well, I mean, hopefully, whenever we go back to Monarch, we'll get the Marvels for them, just like we got the Marvel Adult and Young Briar in Rosetta. That would
Oh
be
yeah,
nice.
yeah,
So I would definitely get like a Marvel Young chain, Marvel Adult chain. So I think right now you can get. I think they have a Marvel chain, but it's in History Pack 2, maybe, and it's not in English. Or I'm making that up because I know in History Pack 1 they have the Black Border History Pack has Marvel like Rhinar, Viserai, etc. They're just not in English, and I'm not sure if they carried on with that in the History Pack 2 or not. You're more on the collector side. Do you know anything about History Pack 2?
I would burn my house down before I put history pack cards in my house. It would. I'm still mad that I got like I think I ended up with like 600 history pack coin cards from all the bulk boxes, and I don't even know what I'm gonna do with it. Like I mean I guess I'll list it, but like it's gross. Like I'm just not. I never in all of my designs plan to ever sell history pack cards. I just hate it so much.
You don't like white borders? Not into it?
No, no, not at
Weren't
all.
into the magic white borders either?
No, no, not a big fan of them. I mean, I collected a bunch of them. Like I have almost all of fourth and uh, unlimited, I think. But like, yeah, not a big fan of it. Though I don't know. I would say I didn't really think about it until I was looking through my bulk of One Piece, and boy, do white borders hide damage very well to cards. You can make any LP look near mint. That's You are muted.
You can do the same thing with the black border, but you just need a Sharpie.
Yeah. No, I haven't devolved to that level yet. Actually, I don't even know if I've seen it. People are just shameless. They'll just sell you a moderately played as near mint, and like,
Yeah.
yeah, they're like, "What are you gonna do?
I think
Ask for a refund for a 2 cent
I prefer buying light plays from people like because if you look and you're like buying a light play, you know you are either genuinely buying a light play or buying a near mint from somebody who's just an honest seller and can't be bothered to partial refund people every time somebody gets a hair up their ass.
I've never had a complaint about conditioning, which is odd. Well, I mean, I've had two people where like the post office totally destroyed the envelope or something. They're like, "Oh, it looks like you put this envelope through a shredder." And I'm like, "Oh well, I didn't send it like that." And they're like, "Yeah." Then I
It went to Indianapolis.
yeah, but
USPS in Indianapolis is a train wreck right now.
oh no. Yeah, that's a shame. Yeah, no, actually, I got one guy who's like, they like soaked this whole envelope in a puddle of water or something, and everything's destroyed. I was like, well, if I had them still, I would send you another copy, but you're just out of luck, bud. I'm sorry. But
The perils
I
of the
don't know.
USPS.
Yeah, conditioning if you sell direct is a nightmare because they are so wildly inconsistent with how they grade it. They don't even follow their own grading scheme. Like I used to like have the PDFs up and like I would like you could like count the dings that are acceptable for near mint and they just don't care. Like well, yeah, they don't follow that guide and I'm like, oh, if they're not gonna do one of the best pieces of advice I got was from RNG Games. That dude, I mean, he's grown from just bulk to a massive store, like 100,000 a card or $100,000 of cards like a month, and he's just like the best thing you could ever do is only sell near mint and direct, or you'll give yourself a stomach ulcer. Like, and I was like, that's great advice. And boy, golly, did as soon as I removed everything not near mint, life got so much better on the direct side. But the trade-off is I hate nitpicking, so especially with magic cards, I just get real lazy and I'm like, you know what? Everything's light played. And I see that a lot. I see that a lot on Card Trader, where everyone's like instantly, oh, they'll actually have it in the comments. It's like lightly played, everything is downgraded. So they just immediately sell everything as lightly played, no matter if it is near mint or not. Because honestly, they sell for the same price as near mint, like 99% of the time. So
Yeah. I mean, only whenever you start talking about things that are like on the reserve list, it's like, you start looking at a moderate play Underground Sea, and you're like, so, I can get into this Underground Sea for about $500-600, and then you go and you're like, well, what if I want near mint?
Yeah.
then you're asking for trouble.
Yeah. I mean, I was buying like the alpha and beta cards I got. I think were near mint, and they were stupid expensive.
Yeah.
But I
think I have a beta mountain in my binder, and it's just like, dude, it's just a freaking land, but I still think it's probably like $50.
Yeah, I don't think they were that much. I think these were like $15-20. I just got like the cheapest ones just so that I would have references. That was something I think Rudy advised, is just to have like a binder page, or some cards of alpha and beta and like the unique cut ones, so that you have like what's the term, like a baseline of truth, basically, so that if someone tries to sell you one that you're not confident about, you can compare the two, because the first one is definitely a beta, so like the second one looks way different, or like the cuts don't line up or something, right?
That's good advice.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess a near mint beta mountain only goes for $20. Maybe I was thinking of like a graded one or something.
Oh yeah, the graded ones are silly, but also the right now, I mean, legacy or like vintage Magic is in the dumpster price wise still. So
is it really?
Yeah, it's real low compared to what it normally would be. I think that'll cycle up again. There's that weird cycle that a lot of these older games have, like Pokemon, I think Yu-Gi-Oh, and Magic all, where like modern prices will get unrealistically high, and then it's like, oh, do you want to spend like $300 on this card that could lose all of its value tomorrow when it gets banned, or do I look at the same $300 and then put it into like some vintage, which I know will mostly always like retain its value? And so we're at a point where like modern cards are getting really high, and then this is like that tipping point of like money flowing back into vintage. So it's a weird cyclical part of selling. And
I know I definitely consider it all the time, just because of Flesh and Blood. Like, honestly, if the game wouldn't have been doing so good, I would never consider it. But it's so weird to look at my collection and just be like, if I actually had the gumption to sell half of this, I could get into whatever legacy deck I want.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things I look at is, well, I keep wanting to get into Alpha Welcome to Wrath cards, but by golly, does no one actually have it? It's always unlimited. It's like, I just get so mad. I'll order like 50, 60, maybe 100. And I'm like, oh man, I'm spending like 50 cents to $1 for a common, and then it shows up unlimited, and I'm like, come on, again. And it's like,
I just hate having to have that conversation when it's just like, man, if you are listing these like like the first time it happens, okay. The second time, like you probably know already. Like, stop scamming.
I have a template now
that you just copy paste to send them. Yeah.
Yep. It's like, hey, I don't know if you did this by accident, but you sent me unlimited, and I know they look like first edition and all the other sets, but Welcome to Wrath is different. Then it has like a link to the collector center that explains the difference and shows a picture of it, and be like, if you have them, please send them. If you don't, a refund, please. And then it's almost always a refund. So, yeah. But I like to, yeah, it gives the idea of giving the seller a benefit of the doubt and like an out, I guess, is always nice. Like, the being mean to your seller does nothing but ruin any chance of it like ending amicably. So like,
oh no, I don't even. Yeah. I'm not even trying to say to be mean. I'm just saying it's like.
Well, no, a lot of people are. It's really about this, or like, oh, thanks for being so.
Oh, there goes the bit rate again.
Oh yeah, straight to 0.
So, oh wow, you're actually nice or something? They expect you to be shittier than you are?
Oh yeah, or like, oh, the last like 5 people who've messaged me have told me to go kill myself or something. I'm like, Oh, jeez. That happens to
That's
Paul
rough.
too. Yeah. Yeah, they're like, hey, I'm real, if they're, I don't know. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't cost you anything to be nice. If anything, I think financially, it's beneficial for you to be nice. So, like,
You would think, but people just like they don't care. At least on the internet, man. You're behind that screen. It just doesn't even matter. People let whatever they want fly. It's crazy to me because we're all here playing games, whatever. Like that was a rough one.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, it completely killed all the streams.